Hey everyone, it was so great to see you all last week. I'm really looking forward to serving this community over the summer. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dean Palambaro and I work with Ohio Living. Today's video is focused on the rate increase that it takes effect on July 1st, 2022, as well as factors internal and external that are driving this rate increase. So let's jump right in. The annual rate increase for our independent living in the ranch homes, the brownstones at Northridge, Breckenridge Village North, and Grace Woods is 6.5%, and there will be a 3.5% increase on the second person fee. Our increase at Schaefer Schweitzer for our market rate apartments is approximately 2%. This rate is set by HUD, as well as our subsidized rates. Those also are set by HUD, so you'll be hearing from the housing manager at Schaefer Schweitzer on what those rates are. The Nason Center rate increase is 4%, and the Fairmont Health Center is 2.6%. By now, many of you have probably already received your rate increase letter, so please make sure that you review it accordingly, and if there's any questions, please contact your housing manager. Here are some sector-related factors that are driving this increase this year. The first is our workforce challenges. McKnight's Senior Living publication from May of 2022 released data that from 2020 to 2021, hospitals lost approximately 33,000 nursing clinicians, whereas aging services lost approximately 145,000 nursing clinicians in that same time period. To bring that more local, Leading Age Ohio released that in Ohio alone, we've lost 15,000 nursing clinicians over the past 2 years. So what's that doing? It's driving our nurse agency cost through the roof. This year alone, Ohio Living as a whole is projected to spend $15 million on purchased or contract nurse agency services. Breckenridge Village, the Fairmont Health Center, makes up approximately $3 million of that $15 million spend. We've also seen an increase in expenses. The skyrocketing prices of fuel are absolutely out of control, and we're feeling that as well. Also, insurance premiums on cybersecurity have absolutely skyrocketed as well over the past 2 years. Now let's dive into some significant budget drivers that are affecting the Breckenridge Village community starting in July. Wages compared to last year's budget are up 6% overall, or our nurse agency budget expense increased by $1.2 million as well. However, we did implement a rather aggressive wage adjustment that we implemented in May of 2022 for our STNAs and LPNs, which will help attract new talent. And in the short period of time that we've implemented this, it's been quite successful. So we're really looking forward to hopefully bringing in our own team members so that we can continue to serve you. Benefits only increased by $20,000, however, on fewer budgeted employees, which means the cost per employee actually went up 11.8%. Ohio Living is self-insured, which means we take on all the risk for all of our covered lives for our employees. Also, it's important to note that for the first time in 5+ years, the out-of-pocket expense to our employees increased slightly. Operational costs are up 25%, which include new resident engagement platform known as CareMerge, which will replace our Touchtown system. There will be a lot more information to come once we're ready to implement that. There's also new upgrades to our existing medical record system, Matrix Care. We've also implemented a new staffing scheduling software known as Hot Schedules. The other significant driver in this budget is the Grace Woods land lease increased significantly by almost $100,000 for fiscal 23. We have seen some slight expense decreases when it comes to real estate taxes and our bad debt expense. The bad debt expense is something the team here has done a great job at managing to really reduce over the past 4 years. The reimbursement rates are very minimal drivers in this budget. Policymakers have ignored the reimbursement problem for decades, leaving us with a systematic lack of resources for aging services and a complex web of disconnected services, regulations, and reimbursement formulas. For instance, in the Fairmont Health Center, Medicaid, which is state assistance, is a big payer in that section of our community. However, our private pay rate, $430 per day. Medicaid reimburses us $200 per day. Per Medicaid resident each day, there's a $230 difference from our Medicaid rate to our private pay rate, which equals approximately $2.3 million in less revenue coming in. In fiscal 23, we budgeted 27 Medicaid units. These messages are never easy to deliver. However, where you live matters, and our mission continues and will always be to provide adults with caring and quality services toward the enhancement of physical, mental, and spiritual well-being consistent with the Christian gospel. We're going to work together as a community, as a family, to attract new talent, to bring in new residents, and to build awareness of all things Breckenridge Village. Also, with this video, there's also a printable version that goes in a little bit deeper into the numbers. If you would like a copy of the printable version, please contact your housing manager. As I mentioned earlier, I'm super excited to have the opportunity to come back to this campus and this community of the most wonderful people in the world to serve alongside our great team members and serve the residents of this great community.